So we talked about unbreakable core, we talked about high availability and everything. So you've obviously chosen to build a fully geo-redundant core. And I suppose you've answered the question a bit already, you know, in terms of the how mission critical the network is, how you're providing all the sort of essential services and everything. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, a lot rides on this network, right? And as I said, specifically if you look at SDM specifically, right, it does both mobile and fixed for us.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we're looking at, obviously distributed network for us in UK is important because of where we collect traffic. You know, we want the traffic to be as close to the user for the latency, all of that. That's one element of it. But the second element is, as any service provider will tell you, the nightmare of if you have one or two sites failure and the signaling storms that comes with it, and we all have the scars to prove that, right? What we're trying to build is the network that almost self-heals itself. Now, this has been thrown around in industry for a long time, right? There are algorithms, and people are a lot cleverer than me that build these algorithms. But for me, having a redundant network that can deal with most eventualities that you can think about is critical, right? If people, so you know, in UK we're the PSAP, you know, we deal with 999, and 80-odd% of the 999 traffic comes from the mobile network, right? If this network doesn't work, it has a serious impact.
Crazy, yeah.
You see what I mean? So having an available network on the almost all conditions is critical, but we can only, you know, for us, we have to think about all scenarios of what can go wrong and keep building for that. And, you know, it's a difficult thing to say that you'll have, for example, a 7.9 series or something that will never go down, because I don't think anybody wants to stick their hand up and say, I have that SLA. But you continuously think about how to achieve that level of SLA. And I think for me, a distributed network that can handle multiple failures, and you can basically monitor the network based on certain CPU level and run quite cool across them all is absolutely critical.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I mean, a lot of our work together is, you know, focused around that area, because for us, having the SDM solution as robust as possible is absolutely key.
Oh, absolutely.
And your requirements sort of, well, I mean, I hate to say it, but sort of drag us kicking and screaming there. You know, we've got to get it done, basically. So it's the means to the end.
And just to conclude on that, I mean, again, going back to the SDM side of it, right? Every call, whether it's data or voice, relies on this box to reply back, tell the user where to go in the network and the service that it needs to receive. And you know, in a network the size that we have is as chatty as anything, as you can imagine. So that SDM distributed layer, working with a very distributed core across UK, is the challenge that we're both trying to achieve.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.